Welcome to this video on last night's main card, UFC 308, coming in with a review of every fight on the main card. So let's get straight into it with Murphy versus Ige. I think round one, Ige pressured well. Counter left, caught and dropped Murphy, which was impressive, very impressive for Dan Ige. You know, going to be a tough fight for him, and he did very well to get that counter done and dropped him, which was even more incredible. Murphy's still getting some shots off after that point. Murphy gets a late takedown, but still, Dan Ige, round one. Round two, both having success on the feet, really just going for it, both getting shots off, well, landing them as well. But Murphy then gets on top, got mount, and did well to get. Ige did well to get back on top, but really closer round. I think it's definitely Murphy's. So I'd say Murphy definitely got that round. Round three, Murphy gets a lot of power punches to target. You can see Ige's tired after the pace of round one and two. Murphy gets on a takedown and Ige gets on top. Big mistake by Murphy. Murphy backs up with a minute to go. Murphy gets a takedown. Murphy with both thrown punches and just going for the choke to get the back again. Ige now gets control. So really, they're my notes from that round. What I would say is that you've got a Murphy who was great on the feet but didn't realise how well Dan Ige would do on the feet, goes for a takedown and they're just reversing each other constantly. But I would say Murphy gets round three with the work he did. So Murphy gets the win, and he did in the end. Decision, did very well there. Good fight. I think it doesn't diminish either fighter. I think Murphy gets a real big win on his record against Dan Ige, and I think Dan Ige actually, in my mind at least, pushes up where I think he is. After that performance against Murphy, round one, counter left, perfect counter left to drop him, and then did very well on the ground as well. And I think, look, Dan Ige will do real damage to a lot of fighters. He will. He's a tough guy. He's good on the ground, and very much could really see that in this fight. And look, he's got the power. He can drop people. Even great strikers like Murphy, he dropped with a counter left. So yeah, he's a real problem for fighters. Murphy obviously going up. I think he'll fight a former contender next. I don't know who. I expect that level though, so maybe a sit for fifth in the division. I think after that fight he did very well. Good performance overall by him, even though he got dropped, did very well. Showed off actually on the ground, he's decent as well, especially against Dan Ige, who we know is very good, and through that fight you could see. On to the next fight of Rakic versus Ankalaev. So I've picked Ankalaev in this fight to win. I think Ankalaev round one, Ankalaev pressuring Rakic, but a lot of right head kicks would cause a problem for the left arm of Ankalaev. So Ankalaev's catching them on the arms. They're not doing super massive damage to his head, but them arms look bruised after round one. 10-9, I think Rakic round one. Don't think there was much in it. There's not real much damage, but he just threw head kicks for, trying to get damage out there. And the pressure of Ankalaev, he wasn't really doing much with it, except from accepting that he's trying to defend the head kicks of Rakic as he pushes him back. Round two, Ankalaev, great work, pushing back Rakic again, getting good damage off now. So this is a total difference. He's getting punches off, he's landing them. 2 minutes ago, Ankalaev now really going really good with punches, connecting well as well. Really getting on him now, really got his feet under him, showing what he learned from the first round of pressuring him, and then use that to counter and just beat him to the punch, really. And I gave round two Ankalaev. So now all down to round three. Ankalaev again going forward well. So trying to cut early on was not cutting off the cage very well. And Rakic was just moving out of the way, and it actually meant that he'd have to push forward again the whole way across the cage to get the position he wanted. Ankalaev, great left straight now, cutting off the cage much better, stopping Ankalaev basically circling out and getting away from him. And this was 2 minutes 30 to go. He was doing that, really cutting off the cage very well. Rakic goes for a takedown against the fence with 2 minutes to go. Ankalaev now got Rakic against the cage. Great punches are landed. And 10-9 Ankalaev win. And that's what the judges gave it as well. So a great fight for Ankalaev, obviously going on to try and fight Alex Pereira, I think, next, unless there is a super fight for Alex Pereira next. I think Ankalaev will, to be honest, wait. If I think the Pereira fight will be there next, and maybe if Pereira wins, he'll go on to the super fight with Tom Aspinall. But very dependent on if John Jones is fighting very soon. That fight goes on, John Jones doesn't retire, then really the only fight he's got, and really is purposely made for John Jones or Miocic, is Tom Aspinall, if they don't retire. So I think that's the next fight for Alex Pereira, Ankalaev. And does pose a bit of a different challenge in Ankalaev is very good on the ground as well, as being quite good at cutting off cage, making sure people don't have distance. I still think Alex Pereira wins, but a different test for Pereira there. On to the next fight, Chimaev versus Whittaker. So the big question was, is Chimaev back? And yes, he is. That's the quick answer. Chimaev got the back early. I mean, a great takedown early. Robert Whittaker, to be honest, wasn't the best takedown, as in where he got to, because Whittaker positioned himself quite well. But even then, Chimaev did so well and just got him down. Was like, it doesn't matter. You're in a good defensive position. I didn't get a takedown really that well. I'm still going to get you down. It doesn't matter. And Chimaev just keeps getting to the ground, taking his back when Whittaker tries to get up, just getting the back and getting him back down. Like Whittaker manages to get up for a second and Chimaev back on top of the back of Whittaker and just tarring. It gets to the point when you're doing this stuff, the first one, maybe even 2 times, you're very calm and going, I can get back up, I'm going to try and get back up. But when you don't, the panic sets in, and this was a problem. I think even with Whittaker, there's only so many times until you just start panicking and rushing back up or rushing movement, and he started frantically trying to move out of these positions. Chimaev goes for a choke with just under 2 minutes and doesn't get it. Whittaker working hard to move out of these positions. Chimaev gets a choke again, and Whittaker taps very, very quickly. It looked like he positioned to his corner and I don't know who else, but about his jaw. So the choke I don't think was under the neck. From what I saw, it was under the chin, and whether when he latched it in, it sort of jarred his jaw out or dislocated his jaw. So very quick tap. I wouldn't expect that from Whittaker unless something was wrong, and it didn't not seem like that. And Chimaev is brilliant at choke, so it wouldn't have been a very, very smooth ride if you can imagine when he jolts that choke in straight across that jaw, there ain't much leverage side to side of your jawbone, so very easy to at least jar it in tremendous pain from that anyway. Do I think he was getting out of it anyway? No. I think even across the face, someone like Chimaev could get a choke like Khabib did against Conor. Great win. Chimaev now fights for the title. That is crystal clear from my end what I think is going to happen next. On to the main event, Holloway versus Topuria. Round 1, Max staying on the outside early. Topuria getting Max Holloway to the ground. Max does well to get back up. quite well, but I did think that was a very, very good ploy from Topuria to really make Max think. And I think that's the thing. If you allow Max to think it's a stand-up fight, good luck. He needs to be thinking more than just boxing, because if you're thinking boxing, a boxing fight with not much kicks as well, he wins every day. It doesn't matter who you are. I think Max is best at that in the world, to be honest with you, in the UFC at least. And then actually Topuria was doing well with good outside leg kicks as well, trying to disrupt the boxing of Holloway. And this, you could see early, that was Topuria's plan. Look, I'm not trying to knock you straight out. Or, well, right at the start, he asked him to come to the centre, and it was just like, let's go, because I know my punch is harder than yours. But the whole game plan is really leg kicks, disrupt the legs to stop Max's, firstly, just slow him down slightly, but also stop that boxing as easily, make him think about other things, and the takedowns as well, doing exactly the same thing to Holloway. Holloway now finding his range very well near the end. Jab working well for Max. Working well, and then Topuria catches Max with a punch combo at the end. He then stumbles, but a clear stumble. How the judges... It didn't matter how the judges scored that. But again, not able to see the replays like we are. But Topuria did win that round, I think. Kicks in that combo earlier in the round. He did a nice combo early in the round. I think did more damage in that round. Max was still in it, very close still, but I do think that gave more damage. And the takedown worked well for Topuria. And then he got the combo. So yeah, I think Topuria got that round. Round 2, jab working well for Max early. So this looked like Max, look, throwing out that jab, getting it. And then Topuria, good combo by Topuria. Good left hook by Topuria as well. 3 minutes to go. Show Topuria's actually getting back into it now and doing very well to actually see where he is at. Start timing Max a bit more. And I think the leg kicks helped. It slowed Max down and made him think about other things. As well as the takedown. He didn't even go for another one, but it did just start making Max think, oh, my legs. Oh, the takedown maybe. And then, oh, I get punched in the face. I don't know what to think about. What do I... There's too many things coming out from Topuria. Too many good, different things. Topuria now getting in closer. The jab isn't working as well. He's able to get in range now. Topuria, I put, needs a takedown here. He was getting caught a few times. Good left, right by Max. And I'm thinking, look, Topuria, get the takedown. Get something on this guy. Spinning body kick by Max right at the end, but Holloway really did well in that mid part. You know, probably 2 minutes to go past that. He did amazingly well with good damage. The jab early on, but then also the good combos later on. The spinning back kick. I don't think it actually hit, or hit very lightly, if anything. But the combo was lovely. Great damage. I think it was the best damage in the fight so far at that point. And then we get on to round 3. Both landing, but Topuria gets a right straight early that stumbles Max. Big punch again at Topuria. Takes down Max, and a couple punches on the ground, and it's done. So basically, just to explain that, they're my notes. So basically, he got the right straight going. Bang, drops him. Max sort of just springs back up. And Topuria's like hitting him with a few shots. Max sort of gets out of there, gets out of like the immediate danger, gets caught straight off the bat again, gets taken down, or he falls down, I think. And Topuria just hammer fist punches him on the ground, and that's it. Great fight. Topuria really showed, look, this guy is a specialist. This guy is great at, look, takedown defense, he's pretty decent, but I still got him down. Very good at seeing what someone is very good at and what they're trying to use, and then to go, look, I'm going to disrupt your thinking that you think this is a boxing match or a kickboxing match. I'm kicking them legs out. I'm making you think about your legs. I'm making you think about the takedown. What if I get you down? What are you going to do? Because I can take you down. Your takedown defense isn't good enough to stop me. And so actually, who's going to win on the ground? I'm going to be on top. I'm going to be winning the rounds. which just led to openings up top, which Taporia doesn't need to be asked twice. It's one punch and you're getting knocked down. And exactly what we saw. Great win by Taporia. But look, he fought and won against the two best guys in that division. I think, look, Taporia is up there. He's very good. Okay, is Max better at the high weight class? Probably say yes. I would say the guys are, the weight sort of slows them down slightly. Yes, they're bigger, but Max isn't small, I wouldn't say. He's lean, but he's quite tall, and he has the range, and I think he actually probably does better against these bigger guys, where actually he avoids. He hasn't got that punching power at either weight to one-shot knock people out. And I think that helps him because he can avoid a lot more easily. They're slightly slower, so these things can't take as much toll because he can get out of the way more easily, and Max can. But against Taporia, who has the punching power, when you're depleting yourself down even more than the higher weight class like you were against Gaethje, the problem arises, is your chin the same? And also Taporia is just so fast and has that one punch KO power at that weight. So I think Max wants to go up in weight. I think he wants to go up to the higher division. He beat Gaethje. He's up there at the top of that division somewhere. And that's where he should go. I think Taporia is a very bad matchup for anyone. I think we saw how fast he is. He's sort of, I think, got a number of them. I think he has. I think it's very tough for someone to go against Taporia who isn't a wrestler or jiu-jitsu or a ground fighting opponent who has done that throughout their career and is great. I think that's the way you beat Taporia. I think you have to go on the ground and be better than him there. Yes, a tall order with his jiu-jitsu, very good, but I don't think that's the only way you get it done. I think he's too smart on that feet. And he has that eraser, being smart, making you think about other things, and then just touching with that hand and it just go down. It's just so difficult to ever get away from it, and to beat the guy. I think he's going to be at the top of that division for a very long time. He said massive plans about being a three division champion. I think that's tough for him. I think that is. I think he's not big enough. And once you go to the higher weights, you know, you're talking Makachev in your next division up. Do I think he beats Makachev? I think he has a good plan. I think he has a good idea of what he could do. I think it's going to be very tough. And I think Volkanovski found that in the second fight. Look, Makachev can't really be beaten at that weight. He's very good. I think he can be beaten, but not. You need advantages. You need advantages against Taporia at his weight. You need advantages against Makachev at his weight. And I think that is size. I think that is durability. And I think once Taporia goes up in weight, he'll find that the KO power isn't there as much, like Conor did. And I think that's a problem if he does want to move up. I think he stays at the division he's at now. I think he's beat the best two guys though, which does pose a problem. Who is he actually going to fight? Who wins in big numbers? It's going to be tough. But look, you need to create some more stars then. I think that's the whole problem. And I think if you do have to go up weight, I think he wants to title fight straight away. I think he wants to go against Makachev. And look, it'll be a big fight. It'll be a massive fight. But you know, look, if Taporia loses and goes back down, it's sort of one of those things of, look, what do I do now? Because still, you know, talking, look, Taporia wants to fight within a year of this now, I would say. And if he wants that, you haven't got enough time to build up a guy to be that next challenger who everyone believes could be Taporia at that weight. So I think, look, it's a tough fight. I think he loses against Makachev if he does go up. But look, I don't see another fight going for him currently that actually makes financial sense and UFC sense for a star this big now, because he's massive in the Spanish market. You know, he You saw him when he won the championship, getting toured around, I think, Barcelona or Real Madrid stadium while football match is happening. Everyone's clapping. You know, he's a huge star. I mean, I think one of the first stars who comes out of Spain. You know, I think he's Georgian, but he obviously lived in Spain for a good while, and he has some massive support from Spain and the Spanish people who watch the UFC. So, you know, look, he needs big names to fight to, you know, make it worthwhile what he's getting paid for. You know, that's the whole thing. UFC are a business, and look, I think it's only Makhachev. Because who's Makhachev fighting currently? I don't see many contenders for him either. Please let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. I do think Max may fight Volkanovski next to see, okay, let's have a big fight again. And I do think whoever loses that does retire. So please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.